Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. I welcome you all to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about effects of noise pollution. Before I start today's lecture, I have lastly discussed in the last lecture I have talked about the noise pollution and its sources. In that lecture we have discussed about what is the noise pollution, what are the different sources, and we have discussed one more important thing in that this noise pollution is a unique pollution as compared to atmospheric pollution, as compared to soil or water pollution, because this noise pollution has some unique features. That is, we can't smell this pollution, we can't feel this pollution, or we can't taste this pollution. So, dear friends, noise, it comes in the sound waves having different frequencies, and the tolerance of these sound waves varies from person to person. And when these sound levels increases their frequencies, it creates almost disturbance or annoyance to everyone. With this, let us start today's lecture. Here we will talk about the different kinds of noise pollution. Okay, as far as the effects of noise pollution is concerned, the effects of noise pollution is multifaceted and interrelated. The noise pollution causes various effects such as hearing impairment. Noise pollution decreases the efficiency of a person. Noise pollution creates a lack of concentration. It creates abortion. Abortions are caused in the high noisy environment. Pupil dilation is caused due to having the high frequencies of sound, or we can say the noisy environment. It creates mental illness. It causes heart attacks. There are reports of various digestive problems of the various workers who are continuously exposed to the various noises. Noise also creates temporary or permanent deafness, aggressive behavior. If noise not only creates its effects on the human beings, it also creates effects on the vegetation as well by giving the poor quality of crops. It creates effect on animals, sleep interference, speech interference. Dear friends, let us first of all discuss about hearing impairments. We all are well aware about that when there is a noise, for a short period of time, if there is a certain the noise level, or we can say the sound levels come suddenly with high frequencies, for a while we can't hear properly. Now, a person or a group of people, if they are continuously exposed to such sound frequencies where there is the continuously high frequencies of the noise, that can create hearing impairment. Hearing impairment is typically defined as an increase in the threshold of hearing as clinically assessed by audiometry. First, a general agreement that exposure to sound levels less than 70 decibels does not produce hearing damage, regardless of the duration of exposure. In case of sound decibel levels, when the sound levels have more than 70 decibels and the duration of that sound is more than an hour, it can create us initially annoying, then it can create us some disturbances which are really temporarily, and when such persons are continuously exposed such types of sound levels, then it can create, there is a result of hearing impairment. Second general agreement is that exposure for more than 8 hours to second level in excess of 85 decibels. As I already talked about that, when a person get exposed in a sound level which is above 70 decibels. Here we are talking about in the second agreement that when the duration is more than 8 hours and the decibel level and the sound level have access increase the decibel is 85 or more, 80, 1900, etc. It is such type of sound levels are potentially hazardous. To place this context, 85 decibels is roughly equivalent to the noise of a heavy truck traffic on a busy road. This is the typical example that which type of noise is having the high sound level like 80 decibels. The World Health Organization recommends that unprotected exposure to sound levels greater than 100 decibels. For example, the sound of a jackhammer or snowmobile should be limited in duration, that is 4 hours, and frequency 4 times per year. The threshold for the ban is usually given as 140 decibels. Impulse noise exposure, gunfire, and similar sources of intense noise of brief duration should never exceed 140 decibels in adults and 120 decibels in children. Such sound levels to cause sudden and permanent hearing loss. Now, let us talk about the decrease the efficiency of a man. Decreases the efficiency of a man is a potential effect of a noise pollution. Regarding the impact of noise on human efficiency, there are a number of experiments which point out the fact that human efficiency increases with noise reduction. A simple example is that if in a house or in a house indoors, if a person is busy with his work, a small infant is crying, his attention gets diverted, and if the infant is continuously crying, the efficiency of a person in such environment get completely disturbed. Similarly, when a person or a group of persons or people are continuously exposed to such levels of sound which create less efficiency towards work, or which diverts the efficiency of a person, or which can interrupt completely in the efficiency of a person. A study by Sinha in India suggested that reducing industrial booths could improve the quality of their work. Thus, human efficiency is related with noise. Noise can adversely affect performance. For example, reading, attentiveness, problem solving, and memory. Here we have given some example, which is I have earlier in this I have given the example of input, or we can say if a machine or a gadget is creating much noise, that can also decrease the efficiency, performance, attention towards any kind of be it a conversation, be it reading, be it some other comfort or attention towards some another work. A lack of concentration due to the noise or due to the high sound levels can create a lot of problems, and it has been reported by US Environmental Protection Agency, and it has been also reported in the Canada. It has been also reported in some European nations that during driving there should be calm environment inside the car, and as far as that concerned, there should be the music is banned in the driving. That is the fact that sometimes music diverts the concentration of a person, which can create accident. Or we have talked about in this that in big cities mostly all offices are on the main roads, or we can say schools, hospitals. That is why such zonation, such sensitive areas should be kept in the silent areas or green zones where there is the less noise. Second, in the hospital, the cardiology department is situated in such a floor which receives less noise from the outside environment or the inside environment or the machineries which are, for example, DGs status, or if there is an aeroplane flying over there. such things should be keep in the mind that where there is a need of concentration, there should be the low levels of the noise. Noise can create fatigue, abortion, and pupil dilation in human beings as well. If we talk about the fatigue, because of the noise pollution, people cannot concentrate on their work. Thus, they have to give their more time for the completing the work, and they feel tiring. Another impact of the noise is abortion. It is as far as the abortion is concerned, there should be cool and calm atmosphere during the pregnancy. Unpleasant sounds make a lady of irritative nature. Sudden noise causes abortion in females. Pupil dilation is considered one more impact of the noise on the woman, most particularly on the women. Noise pollution causes dilution of the pupil of the eye by sudden exposure to high sound pressures. Such kind of impact is usually occur when there is some musical event. And if a person come in contact with the sound levels which is direct towards the big DJs, towards the eyes, it can make pupil dilation. It may be a short term or it may be a high long term, depends upon the frequency of a sound level. Okay, dear friends, it is reported that there are many heart attacks due to the continuous exposure with the noise. Noise pollution causes increase in the rate of heartbeat, increased cholesterol levels, and constriction of the blood vessels, which leads to blood pressure that results in the heart attack. Noise can trigger both endocrine and autonomic nervous system responses that affect the cardiovascular systems and thus may be a risk factor for cardiovascular. High levels of the stress hormones such as cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline can lead to hypertension, stroke, heart failure, and immune problems. So all such kinds of impacts, or we can say effects, are usually created to occupational and at times the certain exposure to huge levels of noise to really sensitive pupils, or due to this high exposure and high exposure of the sound frequencies with long durations. Acute exposure to noise activates the nervous and hormonal responses, leading to temporary increase in the blood pressure, heart rates, and vasoconstriction. In addition to humans, it has been reported that noise pollution causes effect on vegetation, creates poor quality of the crops. Now, is well known that to all that plants are similar to human beings. They are also sensitive to asthma, and there should be cool and peaceful environment for their better growth. Noise pollution causes poor quality of the crops in a pleasant atmosphere. Effects of noise on animals. Noise pollution damages the nervous system of animal. Animal loses the control of its mind. They become dangerous. Noise can have a detrimental effect on animals by causing stress, increasing risk of mortality by changing the delicate balance in predator-prey detection and avoidance, and by interfering with the use of sound in communication, especially in relation to reproduction and navigation. In addition to animals and humans, it has been reported that noise can affect on the property. Loud noise is very dangerous to buildings, bridges, and monuments. It creates waves which sit at the walls and put the buildings in danger conditions. Such type of noise effect on the property is very rarely reported, and reported in such situations when there is some kind of blast, and sound waves which emit from the blasts can strike the nearby window panes and cause breakage, or if any wall of any house or any property is very weak which can't register such type of sound wave having the huge frequencies, that can get damaged. Similarly on the bridges or other monuments. Dear friends, thanks for watching this lecture. Kindly subscribe this YouTube channel for more such lectures on the environmental science. Thank you all.